Three Corners is just your average small town, standing on the banks of a flood-prone river with a large pub anchoring the village at a once famous three-way intersection. Now it's simply convenient, as people chase the country dream, the country lifestyle, just not the unceasing agricultural workload. Population 2,000-ish. But like all small towns, scratch the surface and you'll be surprised at what you find underneath. In that sense, Three Corners is really no different to any other small town I know, except perhaps for some of the characters you might meet. The Big Bank Robbery. Mr. McGregor saw the unfolding of the Big Bank Robbery as he shuffled down the street. It was another hot day. The ground baked and the air dripped. He had put his town clothes on for the walk into Three Corners and was now coated in a fine layer of dust from the roadside. The main street of Three Corners bustled on Christmas, Easter, school holidays and Pension Tuesdays. Today was a Monday, and Mr. McGregor had been passed on his way into town by the lumbering armour guard van, delivering the money needed for tomorrow's influx of customers as they did their weekly shopping. It was hard to miss the coffee-brown Maverick four-wheel drive that raced down the main street and pulled up with a screech of brakes and a hiccup that launched it partway up the curb outside the bank. If that hadn't been enough to get people's attention, the two people jumping out, clothed head to toe in black, might have given the game away. Balaclavas had no place in summer in Three Corners. He leant a little on his walking cane as he stilled to watch it unfold. He didn't really need the cane, he told people. It was more of an affectation, like the battered derby hat that always accompanied him on his trips to the main street. The robbers had left the car idling when they rushed into the bank, and while only a few metres away, Mr. McGregor stayed just where he was, not watching the doors to the bank where the two had fled into, but rather the door of the car, which, if he was correct, was rocking a little and shortly would... Yep, there it was. The Maverick slowly slid down off the curb, still hiccuping softly, and rolled backwards, the momentum taking it along the road towards him when the four-wheel drive's inching crawl halted. Mr. McGregor was in no particular hurry. He stepped forward and, leaning through the still open door, ripped on the handbrake with a crunch, then switched the ignition off and put the keys into the inside pocket of his good jacket. He closed the door gently, nodding at the slightly skewed park, which was really no different to the usual calibre of parking on Main Street. He patted his pocket and crossed the road to the pub. In the cool interior, he pulled himself up on a stool and waited for Raj to place his usual post-town walk refreshment in front of him. The beading of condensation on the glass a testament to the heat outside. If the kids wanted to borrow his car again for their getaway, they could bloody well shout him around before they went. Today's episode of Three Corners was produced by our maestro,
Posty,
and featured the spotlight tones of Jack. For more stories, head to talesfromthreecorners.com.au or subscribe to wherever you listen to your favourite podcasts.